What's going on, BookTube? Today I'm going to be going over my November TBR list, and if you watched my October wrap-up video, you know I am crazy excited for this month. And essentially it's because at the end of October, I found myself reading a book that I wasn't enthusiastic about. There was nothing wrong with the book itself, I just wasn't enthusiastic about it. So I DNF'd it. It might be one of the first books I DNF'd since like high school, really. I was a good chunk of the way into this book and I just stopped it cold turkey. And I picked up this book and started listening to it. And that book, of course, is The Forgetting Moon by Brian Lee Durfee. And essentially, it's kind of blowing me away. And I want to talk about why this was so unexpected, or how starting his book was so unexpected for me, and why this month is going to essentially be Brian Lee Durfee and the Five Warrior Trilogy month. Because I did not go into this month thinking that it would be straight Brian Lee Durfee. In fact, his book was probably one of the lower ones on my list for this month, even though I did want to read it because I recently picked it up during the summer end deals on Audible. But my plan was to read Color of Magic by Terry Pratchett, start the Realm of the Underlings, Robin Hobb's series with The Assassin's Apprentice, and then possibly start either, is it The Grace of Kings? I think it's The Grace of Kings, or the Golden Compass, depending on where I was at and how I was feeling. I wanted to get through all those books and then end it with The Forgetting Moon, if I had time. I had heard such great things about these first three books, and they are such a staple in the fantasy world and community that I wanted to make these three books a huge priority. The Forgetting Moon, I haven't heard much about. I know it mostly from watching Brian Lee Durfee's channel, but I haven't seen a lot about it. I know Patrick Leo loves the book. He says great things about it. But besides him, I hadn't seen much about it. So I was saving it for the end if I had time. But because I had it in my Audible library, I said, you know what? Let me start it. Let me give it a chance. And so far, it has like blown me away. The opening scene was incredible. And like I said, I didn't have any expectations for this book. I didn't know what it was about. I didn't have any expectations for it. So opening up and it being like one of the greatest openers I've ever read just blew me away. So I was like, okay, I'm going to continue with this book and I'm going to start it with it. And then something popped up about the Lonesome Crown coming out later in November. I think it's coming out November 28th, maybe. I'll figure that out and post it down here. But I also saw that I think it's going to be the last book in the trilogy, when it was originally supposed to be 5 books. So I thought to myself, how cool would it be if I was able to read The Forgetting Moon, The Blackest Heart, and then on opening day of the Lonesome Crown coming up, going to and picking up the book. So like that's my plan. My plan is to read The Forgetting Moon, The Blackest Heart, and then finish it off with the Lonesome Crown at the end of the month. Probably won't be able to get through it all the way because it's at the end or at the later half of the month, and I won't have time to complete it by the beginning of December. But I fully expect to be there opening day and buy it. Maybe I'll pre-order it instead. I'll just have to see how it is. I'll probably wait, and like it's my birthday month, which is how I'm justifying it. So maybe I'll wait till my birthday and then pick up the Lonesome Crown that day as a pre-order, and then just pick it up the actual day. Now I'm guessing I might have a little bit of time between the second and third book, depending. Now I don't know, maybe not, because these are big books. I think the first book on Audible is like 33 hours long or something along those lines. So if Blackest Heart is the same or more, I may not be able to get through more than those 2 books by the time Lonesome Crown comes out. But if I do, I do want to hit either The Color of Magic or Robin Hobb's Assassin's Apprentice. And honestly, I see this month being a contender for one of my top months of the year. That is how excited I am about this first part of The Forgetting Moon. So if anyone else wants to join me on this journey, kind of like I did in October, feel free to pick it up. I'm eager and excited to read this book because it's drawn me in. Like, from the start, it's probably one of the most immersive books I've started. So I'm really looking forward to continuing it. And that's how I see my month of November going. It's essentially going to be Brian Lee Durfee with The Forgetting Moon, The Blackest Heart, and The Lonesome Crown. I'll keep everyone up to date on how it's going. After not knowing a lot about the Forgetting Moon going into reading this book, it'll probably be one of the books I do a full review over after I finish it. So be expecting that video to come out soon. But besides that, if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel to get notified when the next video drops. And I'll be posting more content soon. And until then, I hope you're out there reading great new books and exploring cool new worlds. And I'll be back soon. Thanks for watching.